Welcome back to another episode of How to Ride a Bike in Carmel, Indiana, and today's ride will be going over to the west side of town to the Market District Supermarket to pick up a curbside order of groceries. I've decided to make a change in the way I do these videos. I'm going to start doing casual commentary during the ride to point out features of the infrastructure, various conflict points and danger zones to keep an eye out for, and anything else that I think is worth mentioning. I hope this adds a little bit of extra enjoyment to the videos and gives you a better idea of what's going on during my ride and how we have things set up here in Carmel, as opposed to just having text captions. So let's get ready to head that way, and I hope you enjoy it. We're starting off our ride from Main Street downtown and turning to head south on Monon Boulevard. There's not too many people out today, but it's pretty chilly, it's winter, and Indiana people aren't so hardy to winter, at least it would seem. I know that doesn't apply to everybody, but when you get into the spring, summer, and fall, this Monon Boulevard area is just hopping with people out enjoying the weather, listening to live music, riding their bikes, going for walks, playing with their kids. It's a wonderful place to be, and I would encourage anybody who wants to come to Carmel to make sure that they arrive on a weekend and spend some time here in this central corridor. Oh, nice. Here on the left, we've got a landscaping crew that's already getting to work on making the place beautiful. Pay close attention to everything here on the left. A lot of families gather here. Kids can play, parents can hang out. And you don't have to have kids to be here. There's a shuffleboard area and whatever this is on the left. Bocce ball, I think. Up here where the trail changes is going to be redeveloped soon. Everything's going to be torn down. There's going to be mixed-use development put in, trail widening to look like what we just got off of. It's going to be a major improvement for the core of the city. But for now, we got a bike shop here on the left, and we got a bar where you can go get drinks, listen to music, and hang out. Speaking of redevelopment, generally we would keep going straight here. We would go through that tunnel up ahead that passes under City Center Drive and keep on going, but it's closed. So we're going to take a detour. On the other side of that, they are doing redevelopment and beautification and expansion of the bike path and pedestrian path. So for now, we're just going to go around. This is the way I choose to go. I believe that the city has laid out a different detour plan, which I didn't think was so great and don't really agree with what they chose to do. So I come up with my own, I do it, and it works out just fine. So feel free to copy this if you want, but this is not the official detour. This is I'm a user of the infrastructure, and I felt that this one was better detour. Here's the Palladium on the left. That's a wonderful place to come for concerts. If you are ever looking for another reason to come here, look them up online, and they do attract some pretty big talent. So, yeah, check it out. Come on over. See a concert. On the left here now is what's left of the ice skating rink. They're taking it down, putting it away for the year. That was part of our German Christmas market, which is another wonderful attraction to come see before Christmas. Things to look out for right here. This is an entrance and an exit to a parking garage, so be careful when you're coming across here because motorists won't be looking for you. And right here is an entrance and exit to an apartment building. Again, people may not be looking for you. Take it slow, just be careful and be safe. Now we're going to look left here. You can see all the construction of the redevelopment that they're doing there. So that's going to be another wonderful place to be, looking like the fancy Monon Boulevard area that we were on earlier, whenever they're done in November of 2022, I believe. And also here on the left, they're building more housing. I think there'll be some businesses, so mixed use, a little bit dense and up against the trail. That'll be great for the city core. And right here, look, trail-facing housing. I'm sure these places are super expensive, but it's great to be having some housing built right next to a trail nonetheless. The building that you see through the trees over there on the left is City Hall, and there's a great big gazebo right there. Throughout the summer, I think on Wednesday nights, they have concerts there, and everybody just hangs out on the grass and listens to bands. So that's another thing you can do if you want to come to town and bike around and listen to some live music. I think they sell beer there too, possibly, or you can bring your own. Pretty sure that's okay. This bike pedestrian overpass is pretty nice at night. On the outside of this glass on both sides here is a bunch of neon lighting, and they light it up every single night, and it looks really nice. And as of this video, March 2022, we have them lit up in the colors of the Ukrainian flag, so the blue and yellow. Now we'll just settle in for some straightaway for a while. If you didn't get bored and just lazily fast forward ahead, I got something for you coming up here in a few seconds.
My master made me this collar. He is a good and smart master, and he made me this collar so that I may talk. Squirrel!
You like that? I did. I think it was more of a ground squirrel or chipmunk or something like that, but hey, the video still worked. So now we're getting off of the Monon Trail network and going on to the multi-use path network that you'll find throughout most of the city. Is it perfect? No, not at all. But it is enabling, and it is great to have it. There are no on-street bike paths in Carmel, which I appreciate so much. So these multi-use paths really make it so that I will choose the bike over the car pretty much all the time. So up here, there's some hazards to look for. There are cones out marking them. You can find out more about these in a previous video of mine where I talk about, I think I put infrastructure issues. There's an app for that where I briefly talk about those, but I reported some holes there on the path to the city last fall. They did get them marked immediately with cones, Spring is here, so hopefully they'll do a permanent fix soon. And you hear that squeaking? Yeah, that belongs to that car. Another hazard. Part of the infrastructure design. I hate how you have to almost break your neck turning left, turning back to see if any cars are coming. There is better design for this. I wish Carmel implemented it. It's obviously too late for that, but that is unfair design right there. Some people can't look back and keep going. There's another hazard there. We just passed a driveway. Keep an eye for cars coming out, especially. They are not looking for you, and I know this from experience. Again, we got another driveway. Motorists are not looking for people on bikes, so look both ways. Look all around you if at all possible, or just, if you have to, stop. Wish that wasn't necessary. That could be alleviated with some continuous sidewalks that cause the motorists to be more aware, but we didn't do that. Here we are again with some more dangerous angles to have to look at, crossing a couple lanes, fast traffic, motorists not paying attention, so be careful when you're crossing here. Don't assume that they're going to see you or stop for you. The only hazard you're going to notice right here, there's a bunch of sticks and branches all over the path, and that seems to be there all the time. I think these trees are just not doing so well that are right next to the path. I saw it last summer, fall, and here we are in the spring, dropping sticks and leaves, so careful. Now be prepared, it only really gets worse from here. Cycling along this road is just not pleasant. Thank goodness for the separation. But it's loud. You can't seem to do anything about the noise pollution with cars short of making them all go away. But we do have some separation from the road and our own path, so put in some headphones, listen to some music, and drown out the noise from tires and exhausts and engines. There's a lot to be aware of up here, and this is why I don't think that this grocery run is for everybody. It's dangerous when you get over here. First of all, you'll see the first hazard that we run into. People that came to do work and think, hey, I'll just park wherever the hell I want, and so they park right in the middle of the path and don't think twice about anybody on a motorbike or pushing a stroller or in a wheelchair or anything. Typical. They didn't even see me there, which is fine, whatever. Then there's this crossing here. Dangerous as hell. Horrible design. I know you might say, oh, but you're over on the west side of town. Oh, you're near a highway. Why are you beating up on this infrastructure design? It's obviously meant to move cars. Well, because they put in paths. They put in crosswalks. They intended for people on foot and bike to be here. So, do it right. Do it better. But that's dangerous design. That's going to get somebody injured. That's going to get somebody killed. Again, do better. So crossing this on-ramp, and then on the other side of this area, there'll be an off-ramp. It's not too bad. I don't know. Yes, it's horrible, but really the worst thing for me on these two pieces is just the noise from cars. But at least you only have one direction to look for traffic coming at you, and I've made it across these things just fine. I still hate them though. If you do want to get hit by a car, this is a place to do it though, because over here to the right is a hospital. So how convenient, right? Another victim of car culture, but you don't have to go very far. And hey, the ambulance ride shouldn't bankrupt you since it's just, from the street into the parking lot. But then again, this is America. Now, if you were crazy enough to try this grocery pickup ride, this is one of the roundabouts I would really advise you to be very careful of. Again, people aren't looking. They're going fast. They're looking at their phones. They're only looking one direction. Maybe get off your bike here. They're coming around the other side of that roundabout at high speeds most of the time, and they're not in the mood to stop. And if they do, they'll probably get rear-ended. So that roundabout design kind of creates blind spots for motorists. They can't see that I'm starting to cross, and they're, coming as fast as they can. It's a horrible roundabout, and it's a horrible pedestrian bike crossing. Again, it's bad design, and the city could have done better. There are some design tweaks that could still be made to make it better and make it safer in the future. And I would encourage them to seek out proper consultation to do that. Now, on a lighter note, I go over here and I cut into this building entrance area just to show the bike parking. It's pretty nice. I mean, right up front near the entrance, some decent racks that work with almost any bike. The only thing is it could have been a little bit deeper and would be great if it was covered. Now, finally, we're coming to the end of the ride. Some 17 minutes later. Pulling into Market District. I do love this grocery store. They have some really high quality items. It's where I get a lot of fresh produce, organic stuff, some things that I can't get at the run-of-the-mill grocery stores, more towards the center of Carmel. And their online pickup is really nice. They have an app. You can place an order online. And another feature of the app that you can use is whenever you set off from home, you can allow it to track your progress. And there's been times where I have allowed it, and then I pull up here on the bike, and as soon as I pull into the space, a person with a card is coming out. So it's pretty neat. Over here on the west side of the building, in front of the wing that says pharmacy, is the designated parking area for curbside pickup. So you just pull over here. Open the app and let them know that you're here. Let them know which space you're in, or it looks like you can call a phone number as well.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I know they're using paper and plastic. It's wasteful, but these guys are slammed. I'm not going to complain to them about it. So let's just let that go for now, okay?
Thank you very much.
No problem. Have a good one.
You as well.
Thanks for coming along on this ride. That's how you do it. Electric cargo bike gets all the groceries that your oversized SUV can get, and it costs a fraction of what you paid for your vehicle. See you next time.